Hey guys and gals, let's build the Jungle Explorer off-road truck by Lego City. This is set number 60426, contains 314 bricks, retails for $34.99, and this set was provided by the Lego Group for early review. Thank you, Lego, for sending this to me, because it looks like we're going to have a lot of fun. So it looks like we got to make ourselves a portion of a jungle, and then the off-road truck. Now it looks like these might be collaborative, but the build's probably not going to be balanced as much. And in addition, we got this, looks like a tiger. Pretty cool. And a little set of stickers. Not too bad. And we got 3 bags of bricks. So what we're going to do is we're going to build it. Let's start with bag 1. And yeah, I'm fighting a bunch of Lego boxes in here right now. And so it looks like we're building the habitat portion first, but we've seen him around. I remember the chin hair, you know, the little goatee. I think I tried to do something like that years ago, and it made me look like a douchebag, so I didn't do that anymore. Anyways, clean shaven for Jay. Alright, we're going to need him, so that's part of the step. And, alright, well, we found the torso, found the head. What's with this guy always wearing gloves? He must be the doctor. Seen him in a bunch of other sets. Especially with the scruffy hair. Okay, now we got to build the little camera. Well, first he's got a radio. Now this is going to be a real quick build. I don't think I'm going to put it on. If I do put it on the turntable, it's just going to be a one-time shoot thing. I'm not going to go close up on this because everything is manageable. We could bring it up into frame, so I don't think I need to go close up on this. And I only have one more set after this to do, and that is it. Then I have the daunting task of editing all the files. I don't know if this, what kind of camera is that anyways? Not one I've ever seen before. There we go. And eventually when I do switch my reviews over to here, this is pretty much what we're going to be doing. So that's it for those two. Okay. Now we can do the terrain. So this one shouldn't be as bad. And I have one more after this. It's only like, I don't know, it's under 200 bricks, so it should be very quick. Today is the 28th of May, 2024. It's a Tuesday. So I'm getting a little excited because I'm getting reviews done. And honestly, I am pooped. Tired of working on set builds, and now I'm finally getting stuff done. Although this one here's got some nice parts. Looks like this could be a good parts pack for terrain building. Alright, I'm missing a slope. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. So, I'm trying to rack up my brain for some new tutorials. I've got a substitute I want to work on. I don't think I'll get to it tonight, so I'm going to do a small tutorial. I have one that I want to kind of do. It's a collaboration of older mocks and tutorials that I kind of want to update a little bit and start putting them together into packs. I don't know yet. I don't know. Got some happy grass we're going to put on there. What do we put the tiles in there for? Just as a spacer, like a filler? I mean, you're not going to see it in there. I hope this terrain you can just drop right on in your city. That'd be kind of cool. So usually when I do the one-time shooters, what I do is I'll just do the review. I'll tack the review on this after I'm done. That's how I usually do these things. It's got some nice parts for mocks and stuff. These rock faces here. And let's try that out. I know somebody said I cover up the camera. I don't intentionally do that, but well, that piece is backwards. There we go. And then it's just a little portion of a habitat. I don't think this is going to be where we can drop this into a Lego city, but we shall see. I think I've filmed like 3 or 4 videos in this day alone. I was in a Lego building frenzy and I just want to get all the reviews done because I want to get back into the campground stuff. And I want to be able to build freehand again, not building guide. Well, this one's got a lot of these little leaf pieces here, so I'm actually overflowed on these. I went kind of crazy and bought a bunch, and now I got extras, which is fine because when I build my own creations and the campground and stuff, I can just fill it in with whatever I want. Huh. Sand yellow, that's great for soil for the campground. So far we're doing pretty good. It's just easier to put this on here like that. I like using these slopes for this. So I think this is going to be a good parts pack for terrains. Probably not for the $34.99, but sometimes you can find this stuff on sale. Probably up to 50% off if nobody wants it, or you get it as a gift. You're kind of like, yeah. Just build it anyways, and then come back to it and use it for parts. Okay, I made a mistake. I got to move this over by one stud. So be careful. And number 2, there's no brick separator with this, so you'll be in deep doo-doo if you make too many boo-boos. I don't know why they don't include brick separators with some of these. Some have said it's probably due to the piece count. I don't know. I have to find out. Lego doesn't tell us ambassadors a whole lot. I usually hear the phrase, we'll get back to you. Never to hear from them again, because that's their phrase. When they say, we'll get back to you, it means that they don't care and they'll just do whatever. Well, at least the bones are fixed to the ground here. And that's one thing I look for when I do the review on this stuff, is everything fixed. If it's an option to remove it, it's fine. It's when it floats around, you can move the model and things just start falling apart. That's where I kind of have issues. But yeah, it's got that swampy color vibe to it. So this is not going to be bright and cheerful as like some of the sets that we've been doing on this channel. But all in all, though, it's got good terrain parts. So for those out there who are purists that don't like me ripping apart this stuff, I'm sorry. This is going to be parted for terrain. Matter of fact, that I mean, maybe a bobcat, maybe, but with a tiger. I mean, this might, this, if you're building a zoo, that would be perfect. That would be really a good asset for your zoo. That's why now I've been collecting a lot of animal figures. I may one day make a full-fledged zoo, and you know how big my stuff is. I'd have to get an acre of land just to display the zoo. Okay, and slope back in that corner there. It's not bad terrain, it looks pretty good for what it is. Yeah, I notice there's some people that snub down on people like me who are the ambassador network. And, oh, like, you should feel privileged. And, oh, look, the tiger's walking the line this time. Maybe he's walking to his den. No, you get all the freebies. I wouldn't consider this free because I got a deadline. I got paperwork to do, and I don't like doing paperwork. So it's not quite what you think. Somebody say, I don't mind the paperwork. Oh, when you got to do 30 reports, you got to get done over the weekend. Yeah, you'll mind it all right. You got to pace yourself, too. I got a big, giant cabinet coming in. I got to move my car out of the way to put it in the garage. It's a tube caddy. For vacuum tubes. So that's what I will be doing. Okay, we got a little tree here. Right there. Hope there's more to hold that on there than that. Oh, there is another one. It's that somebody's junk car going down the street. Okay. And then back here, that's what it is. It's like vroom, 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 vroom. Yeah, it sounds like it's ready to die. And that's it for bag one. So bag one just does the tiger habitat minifigure. And let's see here. Let's kind of get... Well, we don't want to pre-position this because we're going to be doing the car a little bit. I could raise it up a little bit. And yeah, that's pretty much what that is. It doesn't look too bad. It looks pretty cool, actually. Alright, now we can move on to Building Guide 2. We haven't even hit the stickers yet, so that's got me kind of worried. And we got bag... Ooh, I like that map piece in there. Looks like we'll have to snag that one up. Oh, a titanium treasure chest top. Cool. Well, I see the other half right here. Great for a locker. I know some of you probably will use that for World War II mocks. I don't know what I'll be using those for. Maybe for decorations or stuff. Alright, so it's maybe a balanced build after all, but that's a lot of parts. Okay. So you got two minifigures we got to build here. I wonder how many of this is scratched, so that's in good shape. Okay, let's get our minifigures done. And And then I'll just start pulling out parts as we find them. Usually the torso is the main part. Okay, this goes to the gal. Single-sided head. So she's the one I was not starting with first, but there she is. And there's a camera in here somewhere. I'll have to find that later. So yeah, when you get, anytime you open up a bag, you're always dealing with nothing but accessories. One thing I was never interested in was anthropology and stuff. I just never was. Alright. Now, see the shirt up there, the torso. And then single-sided head. Oh, we get two chests in here. That's cool. And we're building a water bottle, and he is holding on to the map, which is that right there. I like that tile. Oh, there we go. I'm facing it the wrong way. That'd make a good map for like a campground or something. And let's see if I could put it how the manual's doing it, like that, so it's easier to see. And we're still massing. Oh, there's the hat. No fedoras. Oh. Okay, that's our figures. Alright, set those off to the side there. And the whole intent on these type of builds, if you're just joining me, is to see how well the build goes. Is this something we're going to be interested in? Is it a hard build? Is it something we can build in 5 minutes? You know, what's the struggles of this set? Is it keeping the interest of not only myself, but you, the viewer, and all that stuff? So right now, we haven't even touched the sticker sheets yet. That's got me worried. I like sets that are 300 pieces on down because they're quick. When you start getting a bunch of these, 1,000 piece, it's like some stuff that's like 500 pieces on up. I mean, it gets to be a little too. When you're doing back-to-back set builds, it does get to be a little too much. Must be the chassis of the vehicle. It looks more like a flatbed that holds logs or something. We don't know. What was the point of the tiles underneath it for it? So the plates are not warped? Because you stack too many plates, they get warped. There we go. So maybe bag 2 is the vehicle chassis. It's hard to say what we're doing. Oh no, we got some axles. So yeah, this is definitely a chassis. Sometimes it's just fun to guess, like, what are we building? Like, what does this do? So doing the review on this is not going to be hard. So what I'll do is we'll set it up like this on the counter, and then we're just going to bring each piece up like this and just talk about it, and then do the review. And that's how I'm going to do it. And the reason why I do it like that is it saves time, because I don't want to drag out a review. Reviews should never be long unless it's a very big set. But something like this, it's basically an accessory set. I don't want to spend, 20 minutes talking about a car. I've seen some where they literally sit and talk about the minifigures for 15 minutes. Like, let's say the Death Star, you know, or the Simpsons. They'll sit there and talk about the minifigures for 45 minutes, and next thing you know, the extra 5 minutes is on everything else. And then 10 minutes probably on the review. Ooh. And it kind of doesn't do you any good. So that's what the bricks with the studs on the side for. You can put your chest in there. So we're going to put the chest like this. So like little side containers. And then one of these has binoculars in them, which is the one over here. So just check your lids. Make sure your lids are opening down. Like that. So this one has binoculars. Toss those in there. You can toss all the other stuff in there if you want to. I don't know if the map would fit in there, but the map doesn't do any good if it's sitting in there. Oh, wait a minute, the banana goes in the other one. My bad. You got to save the banana. That's probably his lunch. It's probably the lunch box. Okay. I mean, the build seems, you know, fairly strong. Nothing feels like it's breaking or crunching in or anything like that. So that's good news. And this goes here. Let's make sure we're doing this right. Did I skip a step? Okay, I did by accident. I skipped several here. There's actually stuff that goes inside there. I skipped step number 16. Hey, I just want to get it done so I can do something a little different here. Okay, and we have this. Neighbor's dogs are barking again, which is kind of irritating after a while. And let's see. Here we go. And let's see. So we got that here corrected, and then now alrighty, we got a steering wheel. Where's that at? Goes right here. Oh, it's one of these. I mean, that little steering wheel for this vehicle, that's so probably the chassis and mid-body for this, for the indexing. I'm gonna get two colors of these. I really don't use these all that much, these big type of things, unless you're building like a raised pickup with big tires. You know, I really don't have a use for the big mud guards, but I will try to collect them in different colors just for that purpose, in case I ever need them. Okay. And we got to put, oh, I thought the camera shut off. I was like, wait, you're kidding me, right? Make sure everything's still recording here. But really, we're going to have failures already. So it looks like it's just the chassis and mid-body of the Explorer truck. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. I tossed the box somewhere and I don't know what I did with it. Doesn't look like a vehicle yet, does it? It looks kind of weird. Oh, we can put the front bumper on here. The front bumper and grill's next. Now, why does it seem like my tutorials don't take as long as these? Because I know where all the parts go on those. This I don't, so I'm just kind of just figuring out where everything's at here. And that's what it looks like there. Let's get our headlights and turn signals installed, or marker lights, whatever they're called. And looks like this is going to be done very soon. Very, very soon. And the next set I got to review is really fast. And is that a titanium or is it just medium stone gray? Well, we won't know. I didn't pick it up. Yeah, the ingot is just dark. It's dark stone gray, actually. And this goes on here like that. Make sure you pinch that there. And that's what it looks like there. And this is the tailgate. I forgot to put that on there. And so far, well, it's starting to look like a truck. And that's what we have remaining for bag 2. We still haven't even tackled the stickers yet. Okay, now we're going to wrap this up with bag 3. Looks like it's just, bulk of it is just the tires taking up space. And I'm wondering if that piece in there is scratched. I hope not. Lego. You're kidding me. Let's make sure. I mean, that's uncalled for. Lego. Now I got to drop this down to a 9. I'm getting blunt on it, brutal on this stuff. Any more scratched parts in here? Well, we got rims torn off, but you know, I have a feeling those last 4 stickers, or maybe it's 3 stickers, are going to go on here. Yeah, there's only 3 stickers. Okay. And let's see here. Whoa, Rocky, Rocky. Oh, wait a minute, that doesn't go there. And yeah. All right, let me go find a brick separator real quick. Hold up. Okay, I found one. Okay, I'm going to ding it down to an 8.5 due to no brick separator and the parts are scratched. All right. And yes, I mean, it's okay if I make a mistake, but if there's no tool to fix it, that's where that's where we have the problems. Yeah, but oh, it's the stuff in there. I just got to get some personal stuff done. And I have one more review after this, and I'm done with this batch, and then I can start really hardcore editing files. And let's see. Let's start sorting things out by color and type, because I can't find everything I need. Because what are we doing? Let's do all the little parts first. The little stuff. Remember back in the day, you dump all your Lego in one big giant tote and you're looking for a 1x1 plate and they were at the very bottom in the corners. That's kind of what this feels like. And then now we can proceed on. I bet there'd be a sticker on that. Dark blue I could use for vehicles. I have plenty of the white ones. Okay, we're going to finally use our first sticker, which I was hoping never to see stickers on this. Okay. And then there's a sticker that goes on the tile. That's a white tile. I got plenty of white tiles, but still. Could always use one more that's not been defaced, and it's this one right here, number 2. And I'm trying to just get these all done here. Okay. There we go. So the stickers are very mild in this. It's not like I'm dinging off, 2 or 3 points for stickers, but no brick separator in this. Yeah, here's the deal, guys. It goes anything that's 9 or above is really good. 8 is, I would consider it average, and then 7 is you're getting into that realm of the sets are starting to get a little slimy. And then anything lower than a 7 is just a fail. Like I said, I remember I used to give those Mario sets failing grades. And then I heard they brought out they were giving out the starter courses. And because I denied them this year. And I thought, well, I guess I had that coming. Okay, so this is going to be a mirror. And I'm going to go ahead and start putting this together now. And there's supposed to be stickers that go on these. So, sticker 2. But if I make a mistake on that, I can easily rotate the tiles around. Okay, I'm going to rotate that guy around so they're mirrored. Okay. Okay. Yeah, they're mirrored. Okay, good. Then that's all you need. Throw that on the floor. And now let's get going on. I like these little wedge tiles. They're pretty cool. Okay, I can't find anything, so let's start sorting more out by color now. This is what I do, is I just start sorting things out, because if I'm sitting here kind of pulling my hair out trying to find out what's going where, so yeah, we're back to this. I mean, vehicles usually use small pieces, so that's exceptional, but it's kind of... Some sets I've done where it's just, oh wow, it's like 1,500 pieces and it's really small stuff. You're like, oh, this is going to take forever. And then this goes here. And I'm feeling this one goes over here. Okay. And then we work on the other one here. Okay, so that's why I did them in mirrors. It speeds it up. You get through it faster. And yeah. Yeah, I'll see if I could put together a soundtrack for this. It's really good. I got my old ones, but kind of want to come up with something fresh. I don't really have a lot of nature and bird activity out here in my area. And yeah, this set's been, you probably haven't noticed it, but I've been, for this being a very short build, probably about probably an hour and a half later, I'm starting to finally wrap it up. I've been bothered left and right. I'm like, I just want to finish this up. Huh. What is that then? A snorkel for the truck? I mean, I've seen them before. I need somebody who had a snorkel on his pickup. And they asked him, I said, well, he goes, it's for the engine to breathe. I said, well, it doesn't need to breathe. He goes, yeah. He goes, like, when you go in the creeks and stuff. I said, well, don't tell me this thing's waterproof. He goes, no, water will still rush in. That's why the seats are plastic. I was like, oh. He didn't have the cloth. He had the plastic seats. Okay, I thought this was for side mirrors, but only got one side mirror and one snorkel. In fact, there was a car back in the 80s that it was a really budget-in car. I can't remember who made it, but a passenger side mirror was considered an option. And this goes here. Sure can't get that in, or am I not even putting it in the right clips? I'm putting it in there. Maybe I need to fold it up. Maybe it doesn't go like that. Maybe you just have to set it in here like that. Yeah, so you got to put it on like that. I wish these things did not have those studs on them. They'd be pretty cool. So this set here is going to be just, I film it, get it done, move on type deal. Must be a video camera. And we got ourselves a microphone. Yeah, the guy who asked me about the better quality. Yeah, I need to get me a microphone that fits in I think it's an LXR or XLR jack. And that's what I need. And I looked at them, and what I need is about $500 for the microphone. And I thought, well, if somebody's willing to send me the cash, I'm not buying that. And this is some. Okay, so this goes right here. Okay, we'll drop that down to an 8 because that's how you told me to put it in, Lego. It started off really good too, especially when I chipped a nail on that. Very flimsy. So basically I'm dinging off for scratch pieces, build quality, and a lack of brick separator. Now, I mean, I've done, out of this whole batch, I think I only did one set that was a perfect 10. This goes right back here. There we go, like right there. A perfect 10. All right. And we're not even close yet to finishing. I got some other stuff to do, and my stomach is starting to growl. Oh, we're not done with that yet, huh? I skipped a page. Whoops, we don't want to making any more mistakes here. But what I'm going to do is do the review on this before I fix the dinner, just so I can say that it's done. Because the next set is going to be just as short as this one. And I will be happy because all I got to do is just edit the footage. And I did get another comment. Somebody said I need to spend more time scripting these. I'm about this close to making this a full-time job and making everything premium, so be careful. As much as I like doing this, I don't want to make it a career. This is Meant to kind of just goof around and have fun with it. Put this on top there. We're getting close. What is this, a luggage rack that goes on the top? One time I was putting together a set and I cut my hand. Okay. There goes the junk cars again. Vroom, 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 vroom. That's what it sounds like. Now my truck's 30 years old, it's all rusted out and stuff like that, but it's like really quite like a modern car. Because I really got that thing tuned up really good. It's really good on gas and really cleaned it up really good. I think that's what we have remaining there. So I'm going to toss these over here so I can clean off the workbench. Huh? Oh, the white part goes in the front. Okay. It's like, what? Did I mess up that bad? Like that. Not like any truck I've seen before. And then the lug nuts face out. I know you guys out there hate when the fancy rims are out. Oh, and I did the mistake. I put the rims on that. See? What I'm going to do real quick, let's just make all the tires. It's just instinct to have the fancy part on the outside, but you got to have them like that. Got to have the Lego logo sitting outside too, because Lego's the longest. If Lego was a tire company, they would have been the longest in business, but you don't ever hear blowouts and all that stuff when the people are on the freeway. Alright. And the top comes off. Yeah. Okay, so there's two ways I can film this. I can talk about each piece, or we could talk about it all in one big video. I want to film it quickly just because I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on it. It's a nice accessory set, but we don't need to be spending 20 minutes on different angles and stuff. Because what I can do, and now we're going to start setting up here. Nothing really loose in here, but honestly, the build retention on this one was okay. I'm being honest. It was just, I mean, I don't know. It just, put him in there. Does he even fit in there? There we go. I mean, I think it's the colors of this. They're just kind of boring. I'm being honest. It's just kind of like that. The camera just sits here. You can fold it down, but it just goes up like that. So we got a little drone, or a little drone there. And then looks like Indiana Jones. And it looks like we're going to be spending a lot of time setting up the figures, and things are already starting to get kind of fragile. And I think that's pretty good. And then I can do the vehicle like this too. And I'm going to go ahead and drop the thing down. We're just getting prepared right now, so when I do the tour, it makes more sense. Let me get behind the camera here. Yeah, you could probably tell in my voice I really getting tired of working on sets. A buddy of mine is just like hardcore into sets. He goes, "Man, you're lucky. How can you get bored of building things all the time?" I said, "It's not my idea. I just can't do it." But he's also the same guy that doesn't like mock building. It's too hard. Well, for me, that's the point of the mock building, is to troubleshoot. That's why I like mock building, because that's just what it is. And yeah, for the most part, that's the whole intent of mock building. Alright. I'm not really happy with the car the way it turned out, but that's how it is. And let's see, let's turn on the light. See, all that does is takes out a shadow there and does that. Okay. 15 always works good for me. And yeah, that's pretty much what it is. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead, save my progress, and then we're just going to go ahead and do the review or the tour and the review. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to start with our 3 minifigures. We're going to start with this lady here. She's got a camera. I like the print work for the torso. She does have a single-sided head. She might be the photographer. And she wants to take a face plant. And then we got, looks like the anthropologist. That's what I'm going to call him. It's got a map, water bottle. Pretty cool, single-sided head. I know some really like to know if they're single-sided or double-sided. This gentleman here we've seen in a bunch of other sets. He's got a single-sided head. They do have nice print work for the torso. He's just got a drone and a remote control for it. And we're going to look at the habitat here, and this is really cool. Now it's not a full complete build, but that's what it is. And I like the tiger figure. His back legs move and his head goes up and down, and it's a nice brick, or just a brick animal, not brick built, but you know what I mean. I'm getting tired. And you got the terrain, and yeah, the back is left to be desired of, so it's meant to possibly face up against the wall, or you can add more terrain to it. And yeah, it's not too bad. And then we finally have the Explorer truck. And this is what it is here. Nice front bumper and grille. And the sides, you got compartments. One of these has got a banana, so that might be the lunchbox. And we got the logo on her. That's stickered. It's not printed. We got binoculars in this one. And here's the back tailgate. That opens up. Pretty cool. And that's the top. Now this does lift off here. You may have to get a little muscle to pull that off. And it looks like you can seat up to 2 minifigures. And Lego, I mean, really, are you still using that little steering wheel there? Okay. And somebody's going to get left behind, so this gentleman obviously doesn't need a ride. Let's see if we can put her in here and see if we can sit her inside the vehicle. You also got the camera in the back for taking pictures and stuff. And well, she doesn't fit in there with the camera, so we'll have to pry the camera out of her hand. Or if you want, you can use the back part of this here to store figures. But she does fit in there. I don't know if she's going to fit in all the way. And then we're going to try this gentleman here. We'll pry all the accessories out of his hand, and we're going to set him in the vehicle. Now, will this go on back on the top here? If it does, then that's really good. See, that fits pretty good. And then for the accessories, you can stuff them in here. I don't think the map's going to fit in here. But you can put the water bottle in here. I don't know if the camera's going to fit in here. Let's try the camera where the banana's at. To keep the banana occupied. No, can't make it fit. Alright, well, you can't make everything fit inside that, so that's probably the thing. And the camera's meant so they can take pictures of things. It just does this. It doesn't do much of anything. So it doesn't, I mean, it does rotate, but very limited here. And it's just basically for show. It's a nice, complete vehicle. It's kind of odd looking, but that's how it is. And this is printed and stuff like that. And there's the little camera. And yeah, for what this is, it's a nice little accessory set. So we're going to start the review with play value, and despite of its size, it's playable. You got a vehicle that holds up to 2 figures, you got places to store items, you got 3 minifigures, and some accessories like the map, the drone, and the little camera. And in addition, you get a tiger with this set, so that's even better. Now, the vehicle only seats 2 minifigures, so he'll have to stay behind. But all in all, though, it is a nice little accessory set, nothing more. Build quality it's about average to above average. I didn't have anything fall off of this, but the vehicle, I had an issue here when I was putting the camera in. Just be sure you hold back here because it will cave in. That was probably the only issue I had with it, was something actually just caving in. Now, there's no brick separator with this set. So be careful when you're building it. You're going to have to rustle one up, because I made a mistake and I had to track one down to work on the build. So brick separator is a must with this one. Now, build experience, it was just an average build for me. It wasn't nothing special. There wasn't really any wow factor, except for maybe part of the terrain. I like doing the terrains. Vehicles, I don't know, this one just kind of, I mean, it just looks odd. I don't know, just something about it just makes it look off. But it will fit in a Lego city, so if you need a vehicle real quick, then so be it. And that guy's becoming more of a nuisance than anything else. But it's just meant to do what it's supposed to do. It's a 4-wheel drive off-road vehicle. Meant to go into the backcountry, into the safari jungles. So that's really good. So it's a nice, good, strong, sturdy build. But for the most part, just building this set, it kept my interest, but I just felt it was just average. Now, could you drop this in a city? This you can. This you're going to have to finish up in the back. Now, if you're building some sort of a zoo or safari theme, I'm sure you can blend this in, so it's not too bad. Now, in addition to that, you could use pieces from your own collection to expand on this, or you can take the pieces from this set and make other creations. I have a feeling a lot of people are going to be getting this set just for the tiger. So you'll probably see him around in some mocks or something. But all in all, it's got a nice selection of parts. Now, the set does come with a printed building guide. 2 printed building guides, matter of fact, just no brick separators. So that's probably the only downside of the set. Which leads to the final score, and I have to give this set, I've been kind of bouncing around, I'm going to say an 8.5. This windscreen here was scratched. Leave it to Lego. No brick separator, and part of the build was a little flaky. But other than that, it wasn't too bad of a build. And for the most part, it is a nice accessory set to put in your city or into a theme. It's nothing more. You're not going to get a whole entire build out of this, but this is complete, and I have a feeling people are going to be grabbing it also for this. But tell me what you think. To me, all around, it's a nice accessory set.